So, which type of your sweet is your favourite? We're all the same in terms of our likes and our dislikes. Some people like licorice all sorts, whereas others can't stand them. Many things make us different as humans, though, not just our taste in sweets. For example, if we look at the human race, there is a variety and a diversity in terms of the languages we speak, the age we are, our physical appearance, and our experience of life, and so on. And it's a feature of human societies that we often feel safer or more at ease with people who are similar to us. It's probably easier to relate to someone who speaks the same language, for example, and we may like to spend time with people who enjoy the same types of music or sport. In fact, we often like to use our clothing and our sense of style to express what group we belong to. That is a natural part of being human, although perhaps this family has taken it one step too far, as you'll see on the next slide. But seriously, although it's good to have the chance to be with people who share things in common with us, it's also dangerous to think that people who aren't the same age as us, or who dress differently, or who come from a different country, are not also similar to us in many ways. To stick with our sweet theme, take a look at this. And that's why, whether you're black or white, you're gay or straight, or you're religious or atheist, we are all the same inside. We're just skin and bone. So what is tolerance? Tolerance means accepting difference. It is a fair attitude towards those whose opinions, beliefs, practices, racial or ethnic origins, etc. differ from our own. It means accepting that we live in a world where there is diversity and difference, and that this is a good thing, something to be celebrated. So it remains true that in our world there are people who feel challenged and threatened by difference and diversity. Perhaps they have been taught to fear difference rather than accept it or celebrate it. Perhaps they have not had the chance to meet or be with people who are different from themselves. Learning and remembering that we are all the same on the inside is an important message that the world still needs to hear. Children are not born intolerant, but society can teach intolerance. And today we reflect on and celebrate that tolerance. And unfortunately, there are places throughout the world where intolerance is still accepted. And in particular, when focusing on homosexuality, the next few slides will show you places in the world where homosexuality is not accepted. For example, illegal in Russia. You can be sent to prison for being homosexual in countries like Algeria, Libya, Egypt, and India. And where being homosexual can even carry the death penalty, such as Iran, Kuwait, and Nigeria. And even in our own country, there are examples of intolerance being shown, as these figures on this table indicate, which are hate crimes recorded by the police by monitoring end of year between March 2016 and March 2020. And they look at particular crimes by strand: race, religion, sexual orientation, disability or transgender. And you can see that over these last 4 years, up until March 2020, those figures have grown and grown. Race crimes have risen by 6%. Sexual orientation crimes by 19%. Disability, crimes against those down to disability have increased by 9%. And transgender crimes have increased by 16%. So we do have a lot to learn even in our country, and how we try and do our very best to make sure that we are tolerant and that we do appreciate everyone within our society. Because we are a society in Britain that has a vast and varied history, a vast and varied population who have come from all different corners of the world. Many of us, even sat in our school right now, have relatives who once would have lived in another country and who immigrated and migrated to this country. And with those different cultures, with those different religions, has brought a real variety and spice to our country. Just think about the foods that we eat on a daily basis, where they originated from and where they came from. Just think about the music that we listen to, the arts that we watch and appreciate, the theatre and the dance, and even in its basic level, watching supporting our sports teams and all those different players that come from different countries. They've made our country what it is today, a country that's full of difference, full of opportunity, full of excitement. And that's something very special that we need to hold on to, and that hopefully allows us to be even more tolerant and even more accepting of difference. And I believe, like all the staff here, that one of our greatest strengths as a school is our tolerance. One of our main aims, we wish for all students to care and respect all other individuals, regardless of disability, gender, race, culture, religion or sexuality. We encourage all of you to be open-minded and be respectful and accepting, understanding that everyone is equal no matter what their gender, ethnicity, nationality, sexuality, etc. That is something that this school has developed over many years, and that by you joining this community, you accept that and you become one of these tolerant, accepting people in society that has no prejudice, that does not discriminate against someone because of the colour of their skin or the religion they believe in or their sexuality, for example. Amory Hill is a very special place because of that. And that's something we need to hold on to. And we need to challenge when we see people being intolerant. We need to speak to those people, speak to members of staff and challenge those people, because it's not an accepted part of society and it's certainly not an accepted part of Amory Hill. So finally, having explained about this rich culture, this rich diversity, how people across the world and even in our own country find it hard to accept. And yet in our school we stand true by these virtues of tolerance. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it great to feel that we do live in a country, we do actually live in a world which is made up of all sorts, with such a rich variety, in which we can all feel part of, and to celebrate difference. Because otherwise it would be a very dull place indeed, wouldn't it? A very, very boring world in which we were all the same. So today, and moving forward, everybody, it's about accepting difference, celebrating difference, appreciating difference. And when you put all those things together, your life will become far more enriched, far more happy, and you will be able to go into the world and be accepted and be appreciated, and you'll appreciate everything that is around you. Have a very good day, everybody. Take care. Almost Easter. I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye.